Friends, have you ever imagined a world without the things we use in our daily life? For example, what if we got up one day and there was no toothbrush? How will we brush our teeth? Or if there was no comb, how will we comb our hair? Or if there were no shoes, we would have to walk barefoot on hard, rough surfaces and would definitely get cuts and bruises on our feet, won't we? So, friends, these small basic things are nothing but important inventions. I am Shauryas Deshmukh and I am here to talk about the most important inventions according to me. So, I am sure all of you must have heard one of these famous fables, the thirsty crow. So, it starts with this crow who is really thirsty on a sunny morning and he finds a long pitcher with a bit of water inside it. But his beak is not long enough to reach the water in the long pitcher. So, what now? It does not give up. It puts some pebbles from nearby into the long pitcher and the water level rises up. And then, bam! The thirsty crow is not thirsty anymore. So, friends, we learn from this story that even though when things get tough, that you can use your brains and try to find out a way from it. And I'm sure you'll find a solution. Let's talk about the most important inventions according to me. First is fire. Because of this invention, we can now cook food, generate heat, and provide light. Another invention is the wheel. In Stone Age, people used to carry heavy burdens on their backs it to all the way to their destination. And when they came back, they were very tired. But with the invention of the wheel, things got very easy. As a fourth grader, this question always arises in my mind. How would our lives be without the invention of the pen and pencil? Let's talk about the history of the pencil. It started with this remarkable discovery made uh, around some 1564 by a shepherd in England. While tending to his sheep, a shepherd stumbled upon a strange black rock, and when he touched it, it left marks on his clothes. There, the villagers realized it was called graphite. They used it to draw, write, and do many more things. But it was too messy just to hold the graphite. So, what now? They put some of the graphite in a tiny wooden log, and that's how pencil was born. Today, we use pencils all around the world to write, draw, do sketches, and many more things. It all started with this small discovery made in the late 16th century by a shepherd in England. The moral of this story is that even simple discoveries can lead to big inventions and can come from the unexpected places. But now let's think about this. How would we write without pen and pencil? How would life be? I remember the first time I wrote with a pencil. I was in senior KG. That day, I truly felt like a grown up man. And I thought I learned something very important. And indeed, it was. I've just begun to write with the pen earlier this year. It's definitely smooth to write, and there's no question of sharpening it. But when you make a mistake, you cannot erase it. Friends, you might be thinking that we could use other inventions like sketch pens, crayons, and other things. But without the invention of the pen and pencil, would all these inventions be possible? Yes, Maybe in the earlier days, people used sharp rocks to carve on stone tablets or walls and used charcoal to write. But imagine making a mistake. Wouldn't that be very disappointing? As the whole stone tablet would just go to waste. And imagine our school bags would be filled with heavy, sharp rocks. They would cut through our bag and would hurt us too. And it would be a lot space occupying at home and also more physically taxing. Also, charcoal, a non renewable resource, if we use it to write, it will be exhausted soon. Would the system of school be present today? Or will it be like Rabindranath Tagore's Gurukul, where all the knowledge was only passed down verbally? Doesn't all this make you think how important the pen and pencil are? I think their main importance is that they help us documenting information and passing it on to the future generation. Let's talk about life before pen and pencil. Like the great Egyptian pyramids, which were built some 4,500 years ago, are still standing and have stood the test of time and bad weather. However, this architectural knowledge was not documented anywhere. Hence, even today, we cannot build these beautiful monuments with the most complicated technology. So, I think the main importance of the pen and pencil is that they help us documenting information and passing it on to the future generation. The transfer of existing skills is the basis of further innovation. Another interesting aspect is language. Will language be present today or will it mostly be oral with no written records? Language would be present today, but definitely not the same. With no written records, it will be difficult to realize which letter has what kind of sound and thus will lead to a lot of confusion. So, my friends, in the earlier days, people used sign language to express their emotions or to draw things to tell, but could not form a proper language. I think even today we would be using sign language to express ourselves. I would like to leave you with this final thought how important the pen and pencil are. There is a common saying that the pen is mightier than the sword. This means that you can convince others through words rather than fighting with a sword. I am sure you have seen a lot of political and social changes made this way, so I am not going to elaborate further. The pencil teaches us that we need to sharpen a pencil to make our handwriting neat, not too smudgy, clumsy, or too thick. But same ways, we need to sharpen our brains to be successful forward in life. And the pencil also teaches us that it's okay if you make a mistake. You can do it again and then try not to repeat it, and you can learn from it too. There are various other inventions that we don't give much thought about too. The scale, for example, teaches us exactness and accuracy. It draws perfect geometrical figures and dimensions. Similarly, they say a book is a man's best friend. It is a great source of knowledge and entertainment too. They also say it opens up doors to other worlds in our imagination, leading to creativity and learning new things. A pencil's usual companion, the eraser, teaches us it's okay if you make a mistake. You can do it again. Thank you for listening to my speech. I hope you enjoyed it.